Ring ring.
Hello?
Hi there. This is Jack with Easy Cash Buyer. We're looking to buy a few properties in your neighborhood this month. Are you interested in a cash offer?
I I think I filled out one of those forms, but I mean, what's the offer?
We'll get right into that shortly. I saw the address was 123 Main Street. I looked it up online and I kind of saw that it looks like it's a three-bedroom, one bath. What else can you tell me about the property?
I'm the second owner. It's decent. It's done me well. It needs some work, but obviously it's not a brand new house, but it's livable.
Awesome. What are some of the repairs you've done in the last couple years?
Not much. Haven't really done much. But I mean, I saw that you guys are like paying cash and no commissions or anything. So I'm curious, like, what would that look like?
Yeah, we recently bought two houses in the Eau Claire area, just within about 5 miles from you. It's a great neighborhood there. Why are you even thinking about selling? Why would you even want to move? It's a great neighborhood there on the East Hill.
Oh man, I don't want to get into that. I'm just seeing what people are offering for the house.
Awesome. And do you think that you're looking more for a cash offer, like an off-market solution, quick close, no commissions, or have you thought about possibly taking it to the open market?
No, no, I don't want to pay a realtor. I think if we're gonna do this, it's gonna be to either somebody we know or like if you're gonna pay me the price. Oh,
Right. Okay. Well, what we're seeing from other investors in the area, we're seeing they're buying properties right around $75,000. Uh, would you ever consider an offer like that for your home?
no, you're crazy, dude. This it's worth like 120,000. What do you mean?
Totally. Now,
I thought you guys were paying fair price.
we do give a fair offer, that includes no commissions, no closing costs, no cleanup, no repairs. And now I'm not saying that's what we'll be paying. All I'm saying is that that's what I'm seeing off market, for cash as is properties, not a traditional home sale. So, I can offer you two options today, okay? We buy properties for cash, as is, no commissions, and we can close on the date of your choice. The other option we can provide you is more of a traditional route, which it sounds like you're trying to stay towards more the cash offer route. So, what I proposed to you was we could get together. I could show you a cash offer solution. And if the numbers don't work for either of us, that's fine. At that point, I'll show you what you can get on the open market and how we help sellers like you get top dollar. Would you be
Oh,
open to that?
real estate agent too?
I'm also a real estate agent, correct?
Okay, cool. I mean, you can't just tell me like what would you offer me right now?
To give you an offer right now, I think would be a disservice to you. Uh, may I provide an analogy?
I guess, yeah. Why? I mean, I just want the money, man.
100%. And I want to give you what you want. Uh, Now, let me ask you, if you were to bring your car into the mechanic and they could tell you what's wrong with it and how much it's going to cost, without opening the hood or looking underneath, would you trust that mechanic?
No, I guess not.
That's kind of where I'm coming from on this. I would really like to possibly come out, walk the property, and then sit down with you and your wife and have a real conversation on what we could get you as a cash offer.
Okay, sure. And like, let's say I did want to go on like the open market, like you said. I mean, what's your commission?
Well, I have a variable commission, and we can offer many solutions to a home seller. If you need help with cleaning up the property, slight repairs, possible staging, professional photography. Those are all options that I can lay out to you when I come out and see the property in person. We can provide you that cash offer solution or the open market listing, and we can detail with you the possible commission structures.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, so I mean, not to tell you too much, like we got to get this done within like the next 2 months. We can't stay up here. And honestly, I mean, I'm not sure, but like I've heard of people, taking advantage of like interest rates and stuff, but like I don't know. I mean, can I sell you my interest rate?
Yeah, there is an option depending on the amount of equity that you have in your home. We could talk about seller financing. We could talk about assuming your loan. But let me ask you a question. Are you looking to take the cash from this sale and use it on your next purchase or possibly use it to live off of and rent?
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, we got to find somewhere else to rent. We're probably not going to buy something else. So we're just trying to, limit costs at the same time, get this done before the last day comes.
Right, right. Well, the good thing is I'm the guy to talk to. I can be out to your property as soon as today, and I can have you, with cash in your pocket in as little as 5, or we can close on your timeline. So, you know, provided I can give you an option that you're happy with, would you be open to possibly hiring us for the job, tomorrow when we meet?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if we'll be going with the realtor, but like if you have a cash offer, if it makes sense, we'll probably consider it.
Okay, perfect. Well, besides getting you that cash offer and getting you a cash offer within 2 months, what else is important to you in hiring a home buying company to buy your property?
I just don't want to get lowballed. I don't know. Like I said, man, we need the money. We got to sell, and we've never sold a house before, so I mean, I'm not sure why. Is there something we should be looking for?
Yeah, not all cash offer companies are built the same. Some of them are looking to write you an offer and then sell the contract, and they actually don't have the financial capabilities to buy the property. Uh, have you interviewed any other cash buying companies thus far or filled out any other forms, looking for other opinions yet?
Yeah. There was a couple here in Eau Claire, so.
Well, perfect. One thing that we submit with all of our offers is a proof of funds, just proving that we have the financial capabilities to buy the property. We also are licensed real estate agents and have to use a higher level of ethics and code to make sure that you're getting served at the highest level. You can look me up online. You can see my track records and review. And for any reason that I do not serve you at the highest level, I welcome you to, leave us a poor review and tell all your friends that we didn't do a good job. So just making sure that the company you're hiring has a track record and can actually buy your property are maybe 2 questions that you'd like to ask the other home buying companies. So it sounds like that you're interested in a cash offer, and it sounds like that we can help you. So I just have a couple other questions for you, before we decide to meet. Uh, are you currently with your wife and on good terms with your wife? We are in Wisconsin. It's a marital state, so to make any decision, we'd have to have her present, and I don't want to get you into any trouble. So would your wife be available with you tomorrow at 5 or 6 p.m.?
Yeah, she works from home, so.
Okay, wonderful. And what's your best email so that I can send you over a couple testimonial videos, some reviews, and show our track record better for you? What's that?
Blah 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 blah.
Awesome. And what's your wife's?
Blah 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 blah.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'm going to send that over to you, and we will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Uh, Before we end the call, are there any other questions you have for me?
No. I mean, like I said, if you got a nice offer, maybe we do something.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you reaching out, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll bring you a fair cash offer. Thank you so much.
Sweet. It was good,
I don't
man.
know. It was pretty good.
It was really good. I would say maybe try to dig a little bit deeper for motivation, just like because I kind of gave you some information. Like I needed what's important about 2 months. Just digging a little bit deeper, but overall, I think the conversation was really good.
Yeah, and you kind of hit me with like a little haymaker and like knocked me off. So
Couple
like I
curveballs
gotta,
in there.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I think I got derailed from trying to figure out like the prequel, and I was trying to more like close you on why you should give us an opportunity.
Yeah,
So yeah, I definitely got a little bit derailed there. So
yeah.
yeah, okay. I think what I probably when you asked me that, where was that at? That was like, you told me why are you moving? And you just were like, I just want a cash offer, right? And
Yeah.
like, can't you just give me a cash offer? So then I
Mhm.
should have kind of came back to that, right? And said, because I got a little bit, you need the cash to buy the next one, but I didn't really get where you're going,
Yeah, to
why you're
rent because I
going.
told you I wasn't gonna buy. But then you should have asked, like what's important about this? What happens if we can't get you the cash offer? Are you gonna stay there? Like what are the options you're thinking about? Just digging a little bit deeper around like, why am I even considering doing something like this? Because you could get to the appointment and give them a cash offer that makes sense, but then they just they don't want to do anything because maybe they're just not motivated enough, or maybe it's not the number they want, or whatever it might be.
For sure. Yeah. And that's a good offer. And we would sell the property for that number, but you know, nothing's really making us move. We just
Right.
wanted to see what we could get for it. Like
Yeah.
I can't go through all that and then just have them say that to me. So that
Yeah.
is
You
the
don't want to
point.
waste your time. You wasting all these miles, man.
Yeah, dude, I hit 3 deer and rear-ended a car last year. So like way
Wow.
too much driving.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I did like 40,000 miles in like a year, and I didn't hit any deer rear anyway. Be careful, bro.
what I'm saying, bro, I don't know. It's deer country back here. There's whitetails, bro. Buffalo County, Trempealeau County, where I'm from.
Yeah.
Besides like Pennsylvania, it's the number one place for like big whitetail buck hunting. So
Wow. Like big mooses and stuff out there too.
no moose, no
Wow.
moose. We don't have elk or moose, just whitetail and a little bit of like, maybe a couple black bears here and there, but
Wow.
nothing, no moose. You got to go for moose. You probably got to go to Alaska or into Canada. And then for
Over here they have moose up north.
really, you have moose up there?
Yeah.
I wonder why we don't. I know maybe it's not cold enough. I don't know. Like once in a while, we'll have an elk that'll come through, but really, yeah. Okay, you go.
All right. This is my first time doing this, but we'll see. So, all right, ring ring.
Hey, who's this? Who's calling me?
Hey, Jack.
Hey, yeah, this is Jack. Who is this?
Jack, my name is Lewis. I run a real estate business here, and notice you filled out a form on our website about the property on 123 Main Street. Is that right?
That's correct. Yep, that's correct. I filled out like 6 of those forms, man. What company are you with?
Oh, sweet. So I'm with Roman Ventures. I'm just reaching out. Obviously, I mean, notice you were looking for some sort of cash offer. The way that we work is, we're super transparent, straightforward, and obviously we like to give you the most value if at all possible. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about the property, why you're selling, and when do you need to sell?
Yeah, the property is a 3-bed, 2-bath, and it's in all right condition. Uh, what do you guys give for offers on houses like that?
Honestly, it'd be hard to tell. I'd love to ask you just a few more questions, just so I can get a better understanding of the property, its condition, and then hopefully come out and take a look. I mean, when would be a good time for me to come see it?
I would be available and maybe in the next week or so, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. And just curious, I mean, what's important to you about like this cash offer? You said you filled out like 6 of these forms. It seems like that's what you're looking for.
Well, I just want to see who's going to give me the most money.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
want to
you're
get
not
multiple
looking
payments.
for something quick and convenient. You're just looking to maximize the value and get cash.
Well, my spouse did just pass away, so we're gonna have to. I would like to sell the property quickly, but
Uh,
it really needs to be a mixture of cash and convenience. Uh, and it sounds like you guys all kind of do the same thing, so it's gonna come down who gives me the most money, I think.
okay. But definitely doing it quick is important to you.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
My it's a pretty emotional state I'm in right now. I just want to be done with it.
Yeah, and I can appreciate you sharing that. I'm sorry for your loss, Jack. And actually, I'm glad we're having this conversation because my company, we've had the good fortune of helping a lot of families overcome the dynamics associated, or overcoming the situations associated with this dynamic. And I know it's not always easy. So, I mean, as far as like a number, did you have something in mind where you were looking for?
Yeah, if I could walk away with $200,000, that would be nice. But I mean, that's none of your business. I guess it comes down to what are you willing to pay?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I shared with you, we're super straightforward. We like to be transparent, and the way that we work is we would never want to steer you the wrong way, right? So I hate to waste your time or mine, right? So just want to see if we can establish it as far as like a range. So, 200. I mean, it doesn't sound like we'd be far off. I guess we just have to see as far as the condition of the property. I mean, can you tell me, have you done any major changes or modifications, or do you plan on doing anything?
No, I've lived there for 19 years and I, you know, I changed the furnace filter. That's about it.
Okay. So it's like a early 2000s inside.
Yeah, but I bought it and it was built in 1970. So it looks like it's,
Oh wow.
they got there's carpet on the walls.
Oh, so it's dated. Wow. Okay. All right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with some character.
And I'm not fixing it up.
Okay, that makes sense.
I
And
can't
then like,
actually, man. I can't. I just hurt my hip. I can't even get around and do it. So
yeah, and I know you mentioned, wanting to get the most for it. I mean, have you thought about hiring like one of those realtors?
no, there's no chance. Those realtors charge too much money, and uh, I don't even know what they do.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I filled out a form. I don't want to talk to a realtor. Are you a realtor?
Right, right. And Jack, with full transparency, I am a licensed real estate agent here in New Hampshire, but obviously you filled out a form for a cash offer. So I'm calling as a principal, on my real estate business that buys properties cash. And here's what we do. We buy houses cash as is, no commissions, and we can close on the date of your choice. But I also run a brokerage where you can get top dollar on the open market if the cash offer route isn't something that makes sense for you, right? Because not it doesn't always make sense. And I mean, I'll tell you, Jack, my job's to help you. It's never to talk you into doing anything. So if we can, come to a win-win, or at least if I can provide you with the solutions that would help you, accomplish your goals, that's what I'm here for. So I mean, just as far as coming out there, I know you mentioned you'd be around next week. Do you think if we penciled in maybe Tuesday at 5 o'clock, I'd be able to come by, take a look at the property?
Yeah, I'm not available Tuesday, but I mean, could you do sooner? Today's Thursday. Could we do any sooner?
Yeah, I mean, can we do tomorrow
Yeah,
at five?
that works good. That works good.
Okay.
That works.
And then Jack, just curious, like if the cash offer route isn't an option, right? If just our numbers don't meet, and I'll tell you super straightforward, where we're at. But if they don't meet, and you're kind of seeing the same thing across the board from other investors, I mean, is there another option you're considering? Are you going to stay at the property? Would you stay there and rent it, or would you move somewhere else and rent it? I mean, what would you do?
Hmm. No, I would have to sell it, man. I just too much emotional attachment. I want to go rent and be done. Uh, I want someone to take care of the property for me. But, I want to tell you, we already have an offer for 200,000 on the property. So unless you can beat that, I don't even know if it's worth you coming out.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's very fair. And like I said, I'd have to do a little bit more homework just to see exactly where we would be at as far as the numbers. But it's if I'll tell you what, if it's somebody that you feel comfortable, if you feel confident that they'll actually be able to close, Jack, hey, I mean, you might be able to just take that and run, right? I'll be too, like I told you, I'll be super transparent with you, and my job isn't ever to convince you to do anything, but we're real estate agents as well, so we're held to a higher standard. And if there's anybody that you can trust, I can promise you this, it's me. So nonetheless, when we meet, I'll show you our cash offer. If the numbers don't work for either of us, that's fine. At that point, you decide what you want to do. But what I can also do when we're there is show you exactly what we could do to, get you top dollar on the open market and how we've helped other sellers. And whatever you decide is totally okay. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah.
All right. So I'll pencil us in tomorrow at 5, and I look forward to seeing you. What's a good email for you so I can send over my credentials?
Home seller 123.
Sweet. All right. Looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you. So right away, one line that comes to my mind when I worked with some investors is he would tell them he was a realtor like pretty late in the process. You know, if it came up, obviously he disclosed it because you got to disclose it on all your contracts. But
Right.
one thing he always said was, we buy a lot of properties and we actually just bought this X amount of properties this month, and to do that at a high level, our company requires us to have a real estate license. So, you know, I'm here to serve you as the highest level and get you a cash offer. I'm not here as a realtor, but my company requires me to have one to serve you. So I think it's a way to like establish credibility without saying like, I'm a realtor. It's like, I
Yes.
have to have one to do what I do and to buy the amount of properties we buy. So I like that. And that came to my mind. And I think it's a better answer than me and you saying like, well, we're realtors, so we're good.
Right.
And like, and then, you know what I mean? Because then the buyer's like, or the seller's like, well, I don't want to talk to a realtor. I don't
Mhm.
think you're good. My only experience with realtors is that you suck.
Right.
So maybe you want to use that one. I think I'm going to use that. So
Okay.
he always said that. Like he'd get to the additional provisions and he'd be like, now I am a Wisconsin real estate agent. My company requires me to be a real estate agent to purchase the amount of properties we purchase. And I just wanted to disclose that to you now. So
Mhm. Okay.
that came up on the phone. You could tell them that,
Right. Right.
you know, and maybe we shouldn't like veer them to the top dollar as much unless we know that they want a retail price. So
Hmm.
I thought that was one thing from your too. Is like if you could, you got me to say a number, but I could have got you to say a number and then just like took it more. So I don't
Right.
know. What do you?
Yeah, 100%. And like the market too, like obviously your market's different than mine. Like $200,000 property out here, dude, it's a steal. You'll never find something like that. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
um, but yeah.
I
Any
bought
other?
a four bed. I bought a 4 bed 2 bath for 170 out here. Like, yeah, it's just not. That was a
Yeah,
good deal, but
yeah. You'll
yeah.
never. That's like 5+ out here. Yeah.
Uh I feel like you did a good job at uncovering motivations. You threw in a couple novella lines in there, like you can tell you listen to him a lot because I
Yeah.
just heard it. But no, I thought it was good. Did you like feel like you caught yourself at all in there and were like, like, oh, I shouldn't have said that or shouldn't have went that way?
I didn't notice anything like that because honestly, I was following Abel's script from the slide decks. I was just kind of reading that a little bit and referencing that.
Me too. I took Abel's and then I took some of Jessica Nelson's questions and just like kind of put them together.
Yeah.
I thought you did a good job at flowing like conversationally.
Hmm.
One thing I'm trying to work on is just being more conversational and then less interrogational, you know?
Right,
So,
right. Like the tonality of the conversation.
yeah. And then, like, okay, they're here. And then you just bring them back. Just
Mm-hmm.
like I should have done when you said, well, we just want an offer and, blah, blah, blah. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and then one thing I did like too was when I said, you can come out and meet me. Let's just come out and see it. You took it and you said, okay, great. I'll do that. So I heard Jose say this too. So you give them what they want, and then you just pivot to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of saying like, "Oh, here are all these other questions I have to ask you," you say, "Thank you. I'd love to be out there tomorrow at this time if that works for you. Great. Now before I come out, I do need to ask you a couple more questions." So
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't give them what they want, then they're just gonna get like conversational. You know
Or pull back completely.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought that was good.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Got anything for me?
No, I think you did good overall, dude. I think honestly, like this is our first time doing it, so I think we'll just have to uncover like as we go, and then like if you get more problems, we'll do those. I'll come up with any problems I get. I haven't done any of the cash offer stuff, so I'm not really like used to it. But I did one wholesale last year, but it kind of like fell into my lap from following up with an expired. It
Right.
wasn't, it wasn't a cold lead or a warm lead like that.